To you, Aquarius out here. Welcome. So for you, you have the Knight of Wands, the Eight of Wands, and then you have the High Priestess. I'm using the Mermaid Tarot this time. You should know what that looks like for all the newcomers. Hi. So for you, Aquarius, right? A lot of you Aquarius very much so. Okay. 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 So there's a sense of you Aquarius basically um getting to there's a sense of you Aquarius basically improving in all aspects of your life. When it comes to the job or the career specifically, that specifically stands out. Um a lot of you Aquarius are understanding that, maybe you shouldn't necessarily look for a promotion. More so, you Aquarius, some of you Aquarius are starting to think that maybe you should direct your attention to, instead of looking for a promotion, why don't you direct your attention towards um, taking that money and putting that into a business or investing it, or instead of actually having to have the job do it for you, meaning to give you more money, right? And so that's what the 401ks are about. They are about having you take some of that money that you have and then investing it for you, so that when you are retiree age, or when you're finished retiring, right, after an extended period of time on the job, you can basically live off of that, right? Because they either invest, no, excuse me, they save some of it for you, right? Excuse me, that's what an IRA and a Roth IRA is um, investing it. But a 401k is about saving it, excuse me, right? Just putting it into a savings account or whatever. Sorry about that. But because there's a difference, there's a distinct difference. But the point that I'm trying to make here with that is, a lot of you are understanding what exactly is important. And, if you're having problems on a job, that's not the important thing. The important thing maybe is to keep your head down, work, invest it, save some of it for yourself, just, for whatever, and just make sure that you got everything good for you. And because of that, you're in a situation where there's a surplus, because the Knight of Cups and the Ace of Cups represents the confidence that you Aquarius actually feel. You you feel comfortable. You feel amazing because you actually have a plan. You stuck to it, right? And you're actually carrying out the plan. So now you don't have to worry about problems that is coming up with you or any of that stuff. You're in good health, like I've been talking about before. And so now it's a complete blowout. Like, y'all took the good stuff that was coming into your life, and you Aquarius basically y'all ran with it, as you should, as you were supposed to do. I mean, again, like, this is what I've been saying. Things are quiet. Like, I don't really have a whole lot of craziness to report to y'all. I mean, y'all lives are going amazing, like I've been talking about for the past couple of months. But this is the power of staying away from drama. This is the power of staying away from ghetto, fabulous, dysfunctional people that love the dysfunction, that just want to be with the dysfunction all day long. They have this, I don't know, like, they have this problem. You trying to tell them to stop being on some dysfunctional stuff, and they refuse to get off of it. They're compelled to do it because it's a learned behavior. It's a behavior that they wanted to do, and they encourage that every day. And This is what happens when you Aquarius stop trying to save everybody, like you focus on what exactly is important to you and you work at it and you mind your business. I'm not saying that you Aquarius aren't gonna be, who you are. You Aquarius, y'all love talking to people and y'all love putting a word of wisdoms into people's ears. I get it. I understand that, right? I'm not knocking on that, right? Because Aquarius, y'all have something to say. But again, I'm not knocking that, right? I know many of you Aquarius. I'm not knocking on that at all. What I'm saying is you're paying attention to what you have to do. And you understand that that's the important part. Part of the reason why people end up not really accomplishing stuff is because, like I said before, there's this chip on their shoulder where, they have this chip on their shoulder where it's like, what I'm saying? Like they just can't mind their business. They can't stop comparing themselves. When they look up on social media, all of this that they see is it's not individuals that they're inspired by to work harder, to work smarter, to sweat, to actually go through a little bit of an uncomfortable situation, right? Not too uncomfortable. They just looking over the fence trying to see or looking at other people's plates but not minding their own plate. But you Aquarius are. And see the Knight of Cups now and the Queen of Pentacles and the Five of Wands right here speaks to how, and since that's the case, a lot of you Aquarius can actually, you can actually move on like you don't have, like, you can move on emotionally. Like you don't have that kind of, like when you going through a bad situation, when you hanging out with dysfunctional people all the time, you can't shake the anger because they constantly have you in a state of flux. They constantly have you in a state of stress, anger, right? Sadness. They constantly pushing those buttons, right? And then every once in a while they'll push extreme happiness button. And then you'll feel like you're on the top of the world. And then they plunge you. It's like a cold plunge, right? They make sure that you're real nice and warm. You was just in a sauna, right? That's the happy time. That's the sun, right? And then they put you in a cold plunge. They fill in the bathtub with ice and then filling it with, and then filling it more with cold water on top of it in the ice. It's like now they start giving you a cold plunge. You feel like trash because it's like, oh my gosh, what exactly is going on with this individual, right? You trying to figure it out because you're hanging out with dysfunctional people. The Knight of Cups, the Queen of Pentacles, and the Five of Wands represents you can actually move forward. Things are working well for you emotionally. You don't have the same emotional attachments. You're not caught up with the same emotional issues. And see, since that's the case, the Queen of Pentacles and the Five of Wands speaks to how, yet again, like the issues, right? You don't have that. The Two of Wands, what you have is what it is that you have. You were blessed with what you have. And that is your main focus. And the Justice represents, and you know what's important, right? This is like a checkup. And because you, Aquarius, understand what's important, that makes you be able or capable of getting more because you are focused on what's important. That is one of the number one things why people don't succeed. And when I say succeed, I'm still on the grind. I'm still working. I'm still grinding. I'm still staying focused myself. I ain't reached big victories, but it has been small victories that make it so that, and that's what it is that I'm talking about. A lot of times, people sit up on social media and all right, thanks. They idolize the celebrity. They idolize everything that the celebrity can give. They idolize what's going on with the celebrity and everything like that. And they worry about that stuff too much. They're all up in their business a little bit too much because that that makes them be delusional, because they sit there and they think to themselves, oh, well, when I get successful, people are going to be around me and they're going to love me, and I'm going to have a big happy family, and we're just going to be sitting on 50 acres of like land with a fly house and all of this and all that. And it's like, okay, you could think that and everything like that, but then when you actually see them, they're not really putting in work. They're not putting in work on their job. They're not investing. They're not going out and actually looking for a mate. They're not doing any of that stuff. All it is that they're watching is they're watching, Jason Momoa. Shout outs to Jason, one of my favorite celebrities, my favorite actors of all time. I remember watching Jason Momoa since Baywatch in the 90s, when I was a kid. I was like 8, 9 years old watching Jason Momoa. 10 years old, like somewhere around there, watching Jason Momoa on Baywatch. That one episode, watching Jason Momoa's movies coming up. They're watching Jason Momoa though. They're watching Conor McGregor. They're watching these celebrities, but they're not looking at them to soak up game though. They're looking at them more so and admiring them. They're more so looking at them like, oh, what can I covet? What kind of how I can be what I can covet, right? Gluttony, basically, because greed and gluttony are two different things. Greed is about a lack and wanting everything, right? And gluttony is about having stuff already, but not even valuing what you have to get you more. So they're indulging in greed and gluttony. And that's not what it is that you, Aquarius, are indulging in. You are refusing to dive into that. You are appreciating what you have. And that'd be the number one thing why a lot of people pass decent people all the time, and just let them walk right out of their lives. So let's clarify the justice. You have the King of Ariel, the divine guidance, right? Number 5, right? You have the 8 of Michael, the Knight of Michael, and then you have the World card. So number 5 would be what? Anyway, number 5 is what though? Five would be represented as a V. What is number 5? Number 5 divine guidance would be the equivalent of sorry about that. I'm just trying to find out what's number 5. The Hierophant. Okay, I can see that. The Hierophant. So the Justice represents, right? The cards that you have, is that you have the King of Ariel and the Divine Guidance, which would be the equivalent to the Hierophant. Yeah, the Hierophant. Ruled by Archangel Sandalphon. Right? So again, you Aquarius have a lot. And the wild part about it is you have so much more to come. Why? The King of Ariel, which is the King of Pentacles, abundance, right? The Hierophant, patience in order to actually get it. And if for some of you Aquarius who don't have it, it means that you need to develop the patience in order to go get it, because you have a lot of potential. The 8 of Michael, the Knight of Michael, and the World card. The World card is one of the best cards to actually end the reading on, or to have just in a reading, because the World card represents this is just the beginning. This is just the door that's being opened to you actually being able to receive more, because you've done the spiritual work. So now you are going to get all of the physical accolades and accoutrements, the physical things that you want, maybe not necessarily in the scale that you want, right? Millions of dollars, but you are going to get more of what it is that you were looking to get in the first place that you wanted. And then, like I said, the Eight of Michael and the Knight of Michael, you know, Michael is like swords. So the Eight of Michael, Eight of Swords, Knight of Swords, again, and this is what it is that you want. So again, Aquarius, everything is working out in the way that you essentially planned it. It's just a matter of, you just need to essentially be patient. You're doing everything that you are supposed to do already. That's it for now. Trying to get the YouTube channel to over 100K. Smash the subscribe button, smash the like button, hit the notification bell, set the notification bell to all so you can be notified whenever I drop my videos.